Welcome back to Mad Talks Football, and Juventus have finally gotten their man. They have agreed personal terms with Jonathan David, and it looks like he's going to sign for Juventus in a couple of days. He is said to be a new Juventus player, and I mean, after last night's defeat, this is a news that many Juventus fans would welcome. They would be really happy that they've signed a really good player in Jonathan David that can come in and give them a little bit impetus in the front of the park, because they have really been lacking that since the start of last season, if I'm being very honest with you. I mean, it is it is a good deal in my opinion. I know, because Jonathan David has been consistently being a goal scorer. It doesn't matter where he played, whether it is for internationally, international games for Canada, whether he played for again since he has come on, as he has joined Lille for the last 5 years, he has continuously scored the goals. The one thing that you can guarantee Jonathan David is going to give you are the goals. So that is a very a big aspect for Juventus last year, because they struggled so much last year, if I'm being very honest with you. A lot of that could be down to Thiago Motta's style of play, that they were not really able to create that much. They were not really able to influence the games that they would have liked with the players that they have. I said that continuously last season, that the squad that Juventus have, they should not be playing like that. I mean, they have such creative players in midfield, they have such attacking players up front, but they're not playing to their strengths. Igor Tudor has come in, so this year he had a couple of months last season, but now he's been given the full job, so it will be interesting to see how they play next season. And he is starting to bring in his players, and Jonathan David seems to be like the first main player that he has bring in. I mean, David is a really good player, as I already said. He can play in a 4-4-2, be as the second striker. He can play as an attacking midfielder as well, and he can play as the sole striker as well. So he's a versatile player. He's really fast. He's good on the ball. He's good on the off the ball as well. His defensive work rate, I mean, he's a complete player. He's a type of player that is really going to suit Italian football, and is really going to suit Juventus. And they need something different, from the players that they have. Of course, there are rumors, that players are going to leave Juventus. I mean, Timothy Weah looked like 3-4 days ago, it looked like that he was going to leave to Nottingham Forest. I felt like the deal was done, but then the deal broke down. But it feels like he's going to leave. There are a couple players that are going to leave Juventus as well. So bringing in Jonathan David, that sort of bolsters their squad, and it gives them a sort of a different type of player than Colomani. He's like a different sort of player than like Olajovic. So it gives them options, and as I said, because he's so versatile, he can play in a different position. He can, the manager can tingle with the formation as well. So he comes in, and he sort of provides that creativity as well. If he plays as an attacking midfielder, he can do that as well. As I said, he has a lot of pace, so he can run behind the defenders if they are playing a 4-4-2, or even if he's playing as a striker, because of the the midfield that Juventus have, the players that they can set him up, and he can play as a sole striker. The passes that he's gonna get and the runs that he's gonna make is gonna be really helpful to the midfielders who are gonna go ahead and create things for him. So he solves that problem as well. And then especially if they are for example, they are hitting on the counter attack, the way that Juve played a lot last season, where Thiago Motta used to sit back and try to hit teams on the counter attack. If Tudor wants to play like that as well, and then you have a player like Jonathan David, who is really fast. I mean, he's such a pacey player, so that is going to help them as well. With his pace, he's going to make those runs quite quickly, and that can really help their counter attacking style as well. So all in all, he covers a lot of their bases as well. And it is going to be a new challenge for him. I mean, since coming to Europe, the only league that he has really played, apart from that Belgian league, I mean, it is the Liga. He has spent 5 years at Lille. He has won the league with Lille. He has played in the Champions League. He has broken multiple records in the French league. Now this is a big challenge, and the fact is just 25 years old. It's not like that he's an old player. He's basically reaching the peak of his career, and he's coming into a Juventus team who are really hungry. I mean, last season was one where everybody thought the old lady are going to come back and they are going to have a real go at it, but it turned out to be quite a disastrous season for Juventus. So they are really looking back this season, and there's there's hunger in the fans, and it feels like there's hunger in the players as well. And I think Jonathan David coming in again, he is going to come in, and he would love to show to the Italian fans and Juve fans that what he can bring to the table, and how he can help Juventus go back, challenge for the title, because that is what the Juve fans want. There's nothing else that they want. They are going to be in the Champions League as well. So he has experience playing the Champions League. I mean, he has been playing there for 3-4 years, so he can go out and he can perform there as well. He's another aspect that, again, the thing is, again, I'm going to say, like, he's 25 years old, but he has so much experience. He has played in big games. He has played against the likes of Real Madrid in the Champions League. He has played against the likes of Barcelona. So he has been in those tough games. He knows how all those pressure. He knows how to handle those pressure. I mean, he scored against Real Madrid to end their undefeated streak in the Champions League. So that's that's a player who can go out and who can perform under pressure. And he has left. There were chances to go to other places as well. Last year there were a lot of offers for him, but he chose to stay at Lille despite having chances to go here. This year he has gone out and he's choosing Juventus, and there are other clubs that wanted to sign him as well, but he has chosen Juventus because he thinks he can go out and he can deliver for Juventus. And I think Juventus signing him is a smart move as well, because if let's be very honest, they spent a good amount of money last year, and unfortunately most of the players that they brought in really did not stepped up. They really did not shine brightly. Most of them were quite underwhelming signings, and this time they don't really want to go out in the market and try to spend again getting him on, not paying any fees. I think it is a good move for them. They don't really want to be again in a financial trouble that they seem to get after every 3-4-5 years. So Juve are being sensible in that regard as well. They are signing a free agent. Of course, there's going to be signing a signing bonus, and they are going to pay all of that, but they are not going to be able to they don't have to pay for a good striker to a club. Jonathan David, if he has about 2 to 3 years left in his contract, easily he's going to cost you about 40 to 50 million euros. Is that type of a player. So Juventus are being smart in that regard, and they are lucky in that regard as well, that they are getting a player who's a proven international. He's a first team player, and who can come in and who can start playing and who can start scoring goals, and they don't really have to pay that much for him. So in that regard, it's a good signing as well. So in lots of ways, I think this signing works, and I sort of understand why Igor Tudor and Juve both went for him, and I sort of understand why Jonathan David himself, he agreed to this deal as well, because it gives him a new platform, a new league. And again, he's not going to a small club or anything. He's going to Juventus, one of the biggest clubs in the world football. So his pedigree is still there. He's not leaving Lille for any small club. He's going to sort of a bigger club than Lille as well. So I understand his thinking as well. And again, this is a World Cup year. Of course, he's going to play for kind of whatever, but he still wants to shine brightly, and I think it's a good signing, and I think this could turn out to be a very, very good signing for Juventus, and he might really go on to help them try to fight for the title. That's what I mean in this video. Let me know what you guys think of the signing. As Juve fans, are you happy about it? Do you think it's a good signing, or do you think it doesn't really matter to you, and do you think it's not going to really work out? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 600 subscribers before the end of July, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.